going to do is we're going to try to make a new invention. This is a prototype. We're going to put this in there on a fly killer to where the flies can go in it, but they have a little more trouble getting out. We're going to put that on two sides of a regular bucket that we've done before on another project. And then we're going to put a fan in one of the buckets so it will blow the flies out on the pond so the fish will eat them. We're putting this on it because we found that flies can actually fly against that fan's pressure. So we're getting it a little more difficult for them to get out. So that's our theory anyway. We're going to turn the fan on to blow them all the way out in the pond, and any other bugs at night can still get in that and go out and get killed with the little weed whacker that we're going to have at the top. The weed whacker is mounted on the lid of this. Daryl will explain it. We've got some cups. What we're going to do is cut the bottom of the cup. We're going to fill it with stinky stuff and put it just below where this goes in the bucket. And what will happen, the flies will smell that odor through the screen and everything and come out, and hopefully they'll attack go inside and attack the bucket full or the cup full of sticky material and fly up into the weed whacker that will kill them. Then the fan will take them and blow them down on the pond, and my koi fish will eat them. So we'll demonstrate that also. So we're going to get Darren to show you how he's going to do these cups. And this is prototype. We have no idea if it'll work. So this is the first attempt.
All right, so first thing we're going to do is not say all right anymore. The next thing we're going to do is cut these.
You could say, all right, all right, all right.
I don't know why, but every when I start, I always have to say all right.
It gets it done. We've said it enough times now.
Dad bought these. I'll try to just cut a little notch off of this to make that as a hanger to hold in the cup inside the bucket. And I'm going to put all my safety stuff. I'm not a big, singer of safety, but anytime I use one of these angle grinders, it seems that something gets shot in my eye. So I'm going to put on earplugs and whole bit, enjoy the sound.
I know, folks, we're making you feel better because we're hiding his face. That was smooth. What he's going to do, folks, he's going to cut the bottom out of this top one after he plugs it back in. I think they require electricity there, and that's just something that I've heard.
These newfangled ones, I guess, needs power and whatnot.
All right, he's going to cut the bottom out of that, so we can put a fan, a bucket on there with a fan in it to make a little vacuum to blow them out into the pond. Now, we've never done this style before, nor have we made it to where it's more difficult for the flies to get back out. We have no idea if this will work. So this is a brand new invention. I've never seen anyone like it. We'll have a weed whacker at the top, a vacuum part like they do the commercial ones, and by the top of both of them being in there, should catch mosquitoes, should catch any kind of night flying animal, and it should work with the flies during the daytime. So that's what we want to do, is feed those koi fish 24 hours a day. That will reduce the amount of feed costs for my koi and eliminate the flies. Since we're not concerned with neatness at all, he's going to just hit it with this stuff. I think that new blade in that jigsaw helped a bunch. All right, now we have a bucket that will have no bottom.
We have officially ruined that bucket. It has no bottom.
A lot of times people don't buy buckets with no bottoms. That's just what I'm told anyway. All right, he's going to put that bucket on top, and inside that, he's going to put a fan. And the fan goes, we take these parts out right here, and he's going to put the fan in there, drill 2 small holes, and he's going to put the fan in it, and we're going to cut the bottom out of that bucket. So I'm going to, spoiler alert, explain how we do it. That's what a puppy dog looks like that's watching us work here. All right, what he's going to do, he's going to make a lot of noise, and he's going to cut that in 2. He likes dramatic. He has some wire pliers that he could use, but he decided that he wanted to make it look a little more like the 4th of July. And he's taking those out because we're never going to have to take the bottom off like the other one. So we don't have to make a holder like we did before. So he's just doing removal.
A little easier when you have them in 2 pieces.
Okay.
It wasn't just dramatic, it also sounded cool.
Okay, and we have a fan over here that happens to be new. We gave $9 and some odd cents at Walmart for that.
So the first thing we're going to do is obviously care a lot about it and tear it up.
He likes to tear up fans, I've noticed.
Yeah.
He's into fan destruction. Even when he was a small child, no fan was safe. The fans would hide in the attic. It's right over with Darren.
All right.
And some people want to be fans. Bad joke.
And your smelly jars could also be used for holding bolts or screws, if I ever know which one you want. All right.
Now what he's going to do, he's going to drill the hole where the bucket, he took that violent saw and made those sparks. He's going to drill holes in that so he can mount the fan where we just took the screws out. He's going to put them back in.
I'll grab a small drill bit. I'm going to look at the bolt. And if I'm smart, I'll make the drill bit just slightly smaller than the bolt. And I picked the right one.
He said that because it's true. The only reason.
And you could say, oh, he planned that ahead of time. And I'd like to say I did. So, yeah, why not? Make sure your hand's not in the way.
Don't put your hand directly behind the drill, as Philip can testify to.
You drill through your hand one time. No one ever
You
lets
do
you
it one
forget.
time, and for 20 years they hold it over your head, he said. And he's claiming to be only 19, so the math doesn't work out.
That's weird since he's 9 years older than me. And I'm 29, so how could that be?
Well, I'm claiming to be 29, but it messes up everybody and the grandkids, because some of those are 27.
They might not believe you.
There could be an untrue statement said, I will admit it. There's some law, though, it's about age you're allowed to say that.
Oh, yeah?
That's woman. You got to take the screen wire off the front, or we can leave it on. I don't see.
I was just wondering about that.
Wouldn't have
The
to.
other place I've seen, they've taken the screen off the front.
Just leave it on.
I think
Just protection.
because it is going to have an open bottom and not sealed, I figure a little extra protection for your fingers might not be a bad thing. And if it causes a problem, we will fix
told
it.
you, folks, there was a brain up there. Everybody
No,
doubted me. There was
Everybody.
doubt. There was doubt, Darren. There was doubt.
I don't
Now he
I
came
believe
up.
you.
He came up, and he proved there is actually a brain in there.
He's saying that after I didn't plug it in, but hey, there we go.
He has trouble with plugins, though. Him and plugins have adversarial, is that the word? Adversarial
We have an
relationship.
adversarial relationship, us being plugs. It does seem like you never have power where you need it, or enough of it. And I did that mainly just because I didn't want to grab a drill. I just wanted a nice cut to start my jigsaw on. It's not straight, but hey.
The only problem, the old statement is that half full or half empty don't work in that case.
Never full. Endless buckets.
Never be half full.
Now you can't tell if you're a optimist or a pessimist, huh? Alrighty. High tech manipulating here. Alright. I'm going to grab one of these manual ones just to get everything started.
He knows Spanish names. Manuel, everything.
Manuel.
I didn't know he spoke Spanish till I heard him say taco twice. Burrito once, I think.
And then once you finally give up and stop really trying, it's done.
All right. So we've cut the bottom out of it. We've mounted the fan in it. Now he's got to mount it to the other piece and figure a way to plug the fan into it. So you may have to put a little holder for the fan.
It's like a little notch there. I see an issue. Anyone else at home see an issue?
Oh,
I turned into Blue's Clues. Anyone else see an issue?
what's that?
I think because we weren't counting on the pitch of the bucket.
That's true. Can we turn it upside down? Put it in that end. That won't work because we blow the wrong direction.
Well, we could flip the fan
Yeah?
and that would work. And then tie it together. Again, this is just our prototype. So we ran into a problem that's pretty severe. We didn't think all the options through. Our
Okay.
bucket needs to sit like this for that.
How about drill holes on both sides and zip tie it together?
That would solve the problem. We flip the fan. Cord should go up, still match. So that should work. So I don't see a problem. Other than I have to realign the fan. That was such a fun time.
Since it's a prototype, what we're going to do is simply drill 2 holes around it and use zip ties to tie it together. We may make it look better and find another way when we do it actual, but this was the proof of concept, see if it'll work. We don't even know if it'll work. So beauty is not involved.
That's it. We haven't found out if this is going to work. We've had small successes with parts of this problem. The vacuum one worked. The fan in the bottom, it worked. Now, the weed whacker we've had, it worked. We've had the salad bowl and the bucket. We had them separate. Now we're combining them both, hoping we'll get a better result. But that is a hope. We don't know. But this should work as a proof of concept. We already knew we didn't like our beds, our traps for the flies. And then that's an extra one we've added, that trap for the flies. We don't know if it'll help or hurt us.
What we're wondering if we're trying to discourage them from getting back out because they can overcome that fan's vacuum. And the fly is the only thing that's strong enough to do it. All the other bugs can't get away from it. So that's why the commercial variety can't catch flies because it can't hold them in there and kill them. Now they dehydrate, maybe sitting on top. I don't know if they can fly back out, but can't. It doesn't kill them or cause them anything other than just sticks them to the fan. And I've noticed some of the flies could crawl out. Okay, again, folks, we're just seeing if this thing works. Why couldn't we just ask a fly?
Well, I don't think they'll be honest with you on what you would like to kill them.
Are you saying flies are not truthful?
I'm saying they might caught on to that all we want to do is kill them.
Did you tell them? You the one spreading the. Now they'll know.
Well, but I asked one. I guess it wasn't very tactful about how would you want to die? How's your favorite way to go? Would you like this bucket? What color bucket do you like?
He's around asking flies questions, folks, and don't know about that.
I just did it on the fly.
A lot of channels don't ask flies whether they want to come in your bucket or not.
Because most people aren't insane. Well, I take that back. I've been in traffic.
You know, a lot of places probably don't build, fly catching killers and things.
Well, I think everybody.
They talk about social media and movies they've watched.
Movies they watched? Well, I watched a movie. It didn't have a fly killer in it. Would have been better if it did. All right. That actually doesn't look as bad as I thought it was going to.
Okay, that's got to plug in.
Okay, then it's going to look bad. We'll get there. We'll get there. Don't worry. We'll get looking bad.
He's got a plug in on the floor.
Got the plug in. I got to flip that deal anyway.
That plugs into the top, and it's going to make it the fan work. He didn't flip the fan.
No, I'm thinking. Can I spin it?
Hey!
Just like I always knew.
He flipped the fan.
I thought I was going to have to take it all back apart. Ugh.
I was going to run that on the inside.
In the inside? Alrighty.
And then I was going to put one of these little holders to hold the wire.
No problem. I'm just happy.
Did you turn it on?
I
Make
have
sure
not.
it's on. There's a knob on there on the top of the fan.
Oh, well.
Would be bad.
All right.
The weed whacker part, we didn't want it to hit. We want the weed whacker part to hit flies, and only flies. Or other bugs. We're not. Folks, any kind of night flying bug will probably come to the light. And then any kind of bug that likes meat or something that has a little odor to it should come to it also in the daytime. So that's what we're after. And then the koi fish will have delight, and we'll show pictures of the koi fish dining, hopefully, here, if we get this thing to work. This is a make it as we go kind of thing. It's not been built before. It didn't exist before. Doing is putting a wire holder on there, and he's putting that fan wire in there. It'll have some way for it to hold. He's putting a bolt on it. That way the weed whacker won't hit the cord. Probably zip tie all that wire together and make it in a nice bundle, maybe.
Kind of what I was thinking, Pop.
Steve did one of the wire holders. They put another wire holder.
I think I'm just going to zip tie right there, and I think that'll do everything this prototype needs. Again, we can always spend more time on it. We can always do more to it, make it prettier. And we have plans for that. It's just right now,
You want it to work?
well, we want to make sure it's
How
worth
about
the
something, a failure that's real pretty?
we want to make sure it's worth the time we're putting into it. Now we do have, like we said, we do have a 3D printed trap to put in, and we can also make it just as pretty as we'd like. And it will be prettier. No, it's hard to believe it's pretty as it is now.
It's
I
kind
won't
of
believe we could be
gorgeous, I
prettier.
guess. I haven't heard many whistles though or anything.
Well, we check the comments. I'm sure it's all compliments on the beauty that is this Bug's.
Is this a luxury item? I didn't wonder.
Well, let's put it this way: not everybody has one of these. All right, so I'm gonna do a full test, bench test. So I'm gonna put this so the air will flow around. Not perfect, but what is. We'll put our traps in it. All these are custom built just for each side. That's how I'm going to say
This is a handmade product, by the way.
Check your Etsy store. Handmade bug killings. That's the new artisan
Probably down.
trend. Forget candles. Artisan bug killers. All right. Now there's a small chance the balance will be off and I'll have to catch this real quick, but let's see. Suspense is killing us. All right. We're hitting something.
Lay it down.
Not brain surgery or nothing. Just rocket. Everything's higher than that. Now we're gonna we already know it was a touch too long anyway. So I'm cutting just a little bit off. Actually, the stuff that's been kind of melted and bent is all I took out of there. All right.
Trial number 2.
Trial number 2. And it drops down. We may have to lessen the length to make sure we protect that cord. That's the only thing I think it could hit now. Let's find out. That sounds a lot better. I don't hear as much hits. And I'm going to make me a viewing window. All right, it is whacking that cord pretty bad.
Okay. What he's doing is putting a zip tie in there and catching that cord that the thing is hitting. He's trying to find the hole right now, and it's kind of hard. There we go.
Just trying to get the cord as close to the side of the bucket as we can get it, and then work from there. Okay, that one won't hit it. That one doesn't look like it'll hit it. And I'm gonna make sure it just doesn't hit them. The kill range of the weed whacker will be slightly diminished, but with the vacuum below it, between the two, I'm ruining flies' days. That's all I'm saying. All right. Now.
All right. The silence is golden. Okay.
Okay, I tried. All that was me putting my hand in our death machine and turning up the fan.
Glad we left that cage on there.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad we didn't take off that cage. Well, I was just sitting there and I was like, well, I don't see how it benefit us with this design like it did the last design.
All right, we're gonna have to figure out a way to hang it now.
Now, the only problem we have from the last idea is it's a lot taller than the last one. Is that a problem for us? No, other than our mount's a little low compared to what it needs to be. But that is a double bucket fly killer.
All righty. Okay, we're gonna go outside here and see how to hang this. We might want to take a measuring tape and see how long it's going to hit the water, and also if we're going to have to raise it somewhere. We're going to try to mount it on that pole above the water, and we've got a pole out there that we can raise, we think, but we don't know how high, so we're going to check on it. Raising it. He's trying to see if he can raise that where we get it up high enough. Okay, you just need a piece of chain, looks like, and that looks like it will be high enough. So what he's going to do is take a piece of chain, put it where the elbow is there. That way it can't fall back down. And I think I've got one inside, so I'll check it. Well, we're doing some modifications here on this. You see what the chain does, don't you? Yeah.
We're probably going to do this number because I don't think we'll have the height.
Okay.
So I'm going to chain it. So it's, these won't break, these won't break. We'll have different places it holds, even though they're all kind of tied together. It's kind of my thinking. That way it's holding 2 or 3 different places. Let's go ahead and
Folks, while he's doing that, I'm going to go get some shrimp. All right. He's going to put some shrimp in here.
yeah, Dad said he's gonna give me a shrimp dinner. I didn't think that's what he meant. Whatever.
I was going to get the flies a shrimp dinner. So we
Treats
didn't
the
need
flies
to
better
we
than
ate
that.
half the package, folks.
All right.
But they've been in the freezer a while, and we
A
figured.
little bit of freezer burn.
Well, yeah. How does freezer burn stuff?
I don't know if hopefully the flies aren't discriminating against that. I don't know if what Michelin
Flies,
star they'd want.
These are past the due date. Okay.
All right. A little shrimp cocktail for the flies here. We loaded up 2 shrimp per jar. I'm going to shove in our custom-made, never better fly trap. Again, there's no room for improvement here. That is the pinnacle of fly trapping ability. Okay, so they're ugly, but we're making better ones.
Did his nose grow, folks?
You should see the ones on the 3D printer. They actually look really good.
Pinocchio, and I think his nose grows.
Maybe a touch.
All right, we're going to set it up on our recently renovated pole. It tired me out watching him work.
I do make things exhausting, I've been told.
I know, but it's okay. This one time, I guess.
Okay, we got a problem, Pop.
What's that?
It broke.
Oh, no.
Or did it? Hold on, I might just unscrewed. I might just pick up the first thread. Hold on.
We had a pole problem. It's messed up, isn't it?
Let me fix it.
All right.
I'll fix it and be right back.
What we're going to do is make another pole to hold our bug killing machine. And Darren's come up with some new ideas to make it a little better than what we had.
Well, Dad decided to go get galvanized pipe instead of black pipe, which is probably better because it won't rust. So we're just pretty much rebuilding what Dad already had. So he had this extra long arm. So we need a coupler. And this is a 1/2 inch piece of galvanized pipe. If you want to make your own holder, well, they'll all have to be a little customized depending on how far away your fence is from your koi pond.
And I got a cap for the end so it can't come off too, by the way.
And out of habit, I almost taped up the joints with Teflon tape, just out of habit, but it's just a structure, so you really don't need to do that. All right. All right.
I don't know if that'll go over the elbow.
It
Well, it won't have to. I'm gonna try. Okay, he's got a little invention there to keep that strain off of that elbow.
Trying to hoping I can get it to where I may have to change the angle a touch, it looks like. But no biggie, that's easily done. I'm gonna make the angle a little more over here. And so I'm gonna thread that together. And so not everything's held by that elbow. I think that was our mistake last time.
All right.
There'll be a test model after that. That way, if nothing's right, we're like, oh, we're gonna fix that later. Don't even worry about it. That's pretty good. Let's see if this is still tight. My thinking is the wood can't hurt it. It's got to be a little better than it was, given that a lot of strength right there.
You could use one of the T's if you want to. That might be better.
T might be better. Might have more of an uppy part.
Yep.
Now I may put that cap then on the bottom of the one that goes in.
Okay, that'd be smart.
That way they can't get inside of it, but it is galvanized, so it shouldn't have the same problem black pipe did. At least not as fast. And I'm just going to leave that up. And I'm going to put a cap on the bottom of the pipe that's going on the ground. And then we'll install it. You know, like you do.
We have an installation video then, right?
Yeah. Now for all your odd plumbing needs.
Have you got a big enough wrench?
I was hoping to find a bigger pipe wrench, but it's the smallest one I could find. Well, isn't that other one? But it was one closest to me. All right. I was wondering why Dad wanted me to do this while it was lightning, but I said I'd wait a little bit. No,
Well,
take this giant
You're
metal
so
hose.
attractive. Dad. He attracts lightning, folks.
And we're putting up your new patent pending hanger for your bug killer.
All righty, what do we need to do next?
I think only now I gotta do is set up the safety chain holding it where it needs to, and we just got to pull it against this block. I cut this off so it can only go towards you. So if I just make it tuck this way, that should hold it. So I just need to get the drill, take these screws out, put that safety chain on it. Let's do a test.
You want to put a zip tie to test it, just in case? I'm just nervous since I had that fall in the water that time.
It's just, and it's heavier than the other one.
Good thing you put that brace on it.
Yeah, the brace I think was needed. I'm just gonna zip tie. Get back over here. I'm gonna zip tie the as much as I can on it just to make sure. Right now, I do not believe it's gonna fall off the arm. I believe the arm's gonna fall off the fence before the other one happens. I believe that that will hold it. That will definitely hold it. We don't need any more zip ties. Some put about 2 more on it. Like I said, I'm more concerned about it falling off, the arm falling in the water, than I am this coming apart. It'd have to bounce over the tee, but when in doubt, I always worry. Alrighty. I'm gonna add another loop to the chain up top. Well, this will be good for the test.
All right. I'm going to plug it in.
Always cover yourself in water before you plug her in. No.
You can plug it into that yellow thing if you want to.
Alrighty.
And then just have to snap it on, I think. Yeah.
And see on the bottom we have lights. And see by the disturbance in the water we have air. Now we'll just need time for the smelly to be smellier and see how many fat fish you have.
Folks, this is just a test. We have no idea whatsoever if it'll work. So we're going to leave it on until the shrimp starts making a little more shrimp smell. And then we'll come back this evening and see if it's got any flies in the water or any other bugs in the water.